had a very rough sickness, physical sickness, and I had to move in with my sister in Browns Mills. So I needed to find a mental health provider in Burlington, and I called around, and Catholic Charities was the first one that opened their arms to me. I started just with a therapist and a psychiatrist. Started attending a women's group, but then they introduced me to the Riverbank Self-Help Center. Riverbank taught me like the tools to use when I'm depressed, or when I'm manic, or when I'm having a panic attack. They taught you tools to work with the illness instead of fighting against the illness. And from there, I started running groups. Then I started facilitating at the center, and I found out about peer advocates, and they had courses for becoming a certified peer advocate. So I took the courses in between, and I am the peer advocate now for PACT. Since I was working, doing some of the groups, I was being paid. They asked me to drive the van. They gave me an actual job after a psychiatrist told me I'd never work again. So having the job allowed me to start being self-sufficient for the first time in almost 15 years. When I got enough money, the first thing I did was buy a car. I was living with other people, but renting the house that I finally bought. The pay from Catholic Charities was a backup for me. That, you know, I have a full-time job thanks to Catholic Charities. I'm productive enough and I make enough money that I'll be able to do this, and it fell into my lap. Without the services provided from Catholic Charities, most people would be still sitting in state hospitals. I wouldn't be owning my own home at this point. And without the money, the fundraising, these fundraisers that we do, Catholic Charities wouldn't have been there to help me learn these tools and let me be where I am today. My son actually has the same diagnoses that I have. We're like each other's cheerleader. He's helped me through what I'm going through, and I helped him what he's gone through. And neither one of us would know where we were if it wasn't for Catholic Charities setting me on the path I'm on. I have 5 young men. Well, not even young anymore. My oldest is 40. My youngest is 21. I have Peter, Jason, Dave, Kevin, and Sean. Right now I'm dealing with cancer, and I have to set little goals. I have to set myself goals for, you know, like how am I going to get through this week? How am I going to get through this treat? So my goal was to make it to the award ceremony. That was my long-term goal for the first long-term goal. When I found out I was being honored by Catholic Charities, my first instinct was I cried a little bit. I was humble, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. They've put so much into me that I thought they had already put everything they could into me, and here is all of a sudden they're showing how much I've done also, how much I've given back to Catholic Charities after all they've given to me. And there's help. There's, you know, that truly helps. That, you know, you can go from just being miserable with mental illness to living well with mental illness and a full life. I've just been able to spread the word wide and far, thankfully, and just keep telling everybody how wonderful Catholic Charities is. Catholic Charities changed my life totally.